I'm Ted Keys in Pasadena, California. Welcome to my Tuesday conference call, a free, high-powered meeting I hold live every Tuesday for top-producing freight agents. Go to tedkeysonline.com for complete call information. Then join us weekly to see new, serious, struggling, and experienced sales professionals move more freight efficiently, effectively, effortlessly, and make more money financially. So watch my recorded call topic highlighted there on your screen right now. Then go to tedkeysonline.com and hear more podcasts, read more blog posts, watch more videos, and while you're there, visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch freight moving products to explode your business today. Enjoy watching and applying my Tuesday conference call. Okay, folks, hang tight while I mute everybody out here, and then we'll get going on the call. Hello and welcome to my Tuesday conference call. I'm Ted Keys, your top freight agent training expert here in Pasadena, California. This is a free, high-powered meeting I hold live every Tuesday for top-producing freight agents at 2 p.m. Pacific time and 5 p.m. Eastern time. On the call today, I'm going to show you how to move more freight efficiently, effectively, and effortlessly so you make more money financially. And after the call today, go to my website, tedkeysonline.com, to hear more of my podcasts, read more of my blog posts, watch more of my videos, and while you're there, visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch freight moving products to explode your business today. When you arrive at my Freight Sales Success Store, you'll see a number of products available today for purchase. First product you'll see available today is my flagship product, my Freight Sales Success Guide. This product is typically for beginner, starting, and struggling freight agents. If you're searching for motivation to get on the phone daily and connect and build relationships with the marketplace, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Quotes. If you're searching for those specific skills, and there are many required skills in this profession, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Skills. All products available at my Freight Sales Success Store at my website, tedkeysonline.com. And while you're there taking in all this free information, go to my contact page. Just on any one of the pages, click on the contact link and go to my contact page. When you arrive there, enter your contact details. By doing that, you're gonna get on my email list, and you're gonna receive your weekly email invite to this and every call. Along with that, you're gonna receive the free attachments that I provide and go over on each and every call. Also, as another free service to you, I'm going to provide you with my free report, 11 Ways Freight Agents Will Increase Their Income. Follow these 11 ways, and believe me, you will increase your income. And by the way, that report there that I just showed you, 11 ways, has been downloaded thousands of times before already. And if you have any questions regarding the call today, or more specifically, are you ready to join our top producing freight sales team? Then give me a call, Ted Keys. I'm at 626-309-9141. Today's training topic is, these are your freight sales prospects. These are your freight sales prospects, and more specifically, I'm going to go over with you today how or where you find your freight sales prospects to build your business, to grow your business, and to be profitable in your business. So for those of you who are on my email contact list, go to any one of those email invites that I sent you today. Scroll down to the bottom, and yes, we're going to go over those free attachments that I talk about that I provide on each and every call just by getting on my contact list. So let's talk about your freight sales prospects. Basically, where are you going to find them? I get to ask that all the time. Where do I find my leads? Where do I find prospects? Well, listen to this video over and over again, this training video, and I will show you specifically where your freight sales prospects are located. So again, go to that first attachment provided in that list of attachments down at the bottom of your email and open up that first one. And let's talk about where your freight prospects are, your freight sales prospects are located. So upon opening that first attachment, you're going to see that document titled Lead Generation Sources. Basically, this is a generic list. It's a starting point, again, for beginner and somewhat experienced freight agents where you can actually find your freight prospects. Let's go over this list one by one here of these so-called lead generation sources specifically for your freight sales business. The first type of lead that you'll generate is going to come from your acquaintances and your friends. Talk to anybody that you know, ask them where they work. There's a high probability if they work for some type of manufacturing or warehouse firm that firm requires shipping services. What do you do then? Ask them who their shipping decision maker is, their shipping manager, the freight manager, the transportation manager. That is a direct referral right in there. When you call those folks, all you have to do is say, hey, my cousin, my brother, my sister referred me to you. I'm Ted, I'm with Logistic Dynamics. This is what we provide. So again, first sample are acquaintances and friends. Second sample, hold on here, folks. The second sample is just stop in or drive by companies. There's a high probability that you live in a town. Well, typically in every town there is a manufacturing or an industrial area in that town. All you have to do is drive by those companies, the ones that have a loading dock, write down their information, give them a call. So stop by or drive in companies. The third one is, it's similar to the first one, and that is referral from others. Now, as you get better and better at this profession, you're going to ask your current customers and some of your prospects, hey, can you refer me? Who else do you know that requires fantastic service, the same service that I'm providing for you? But again, that's when you get more into the process. But referrals from other customers and prospects is always a good lead option. The fourth prospect. Now, these examples here are for those that actually have experience and they've picked up a few loads already, or you're already into the process. So the fourth one is the companies that you've picked up from. Every load that you do, specifically look at the company that you picked up from. If that's your customer, obviously that will not be a lead for you. However, if your customer had you pick up from this company, that's a lead for you. Your fifth lead sample is the companies where your loads are being shipped to. So again, companies that your load is being picked up from, company where your load is being shipped to. Those are all lead generation sources there. And it's so great because when you contact these folks and you may find yourself struggling to get in there, all you have to say is, hey, I'm calling about the load that I picked up from at your company or the load that I delivered to from your company. Who is your shipping manager? Real nice, easy in after you've done a load like that. Next sample is the companies in the same industry that you're specializing in the future. So companies in the same industry. Hey, if you've done one load already, you've got experience moving that load already. Find out who their competitors are or other companies that are in the same type of industry. The next one is whenever you're dispatching, always talk to the drivers. Always talk to the drivers that are picking up your load. If there's one thing that drivers require, most of them anyway, is attention. They're looking for folks to talk to. One of the greatest sources of leads is by talking to drivers. Just ask them, hey, after you've dispatched them for your load, just ask them, hey, where did you come from? What company did you just ship to? Oh, really? Where did you pick up that load? After they tell you, there's your lane, it picked up here and it dropped off there. It couldn't be any easier than that. And most drivers are willing to give you this information. Now, you're not extracting anything, or you're not being unethical. You're just communicating with your driver. And again, show them how appreciative you are by being as descriptive as you can with your own load, and just tell them, thank you, thank you, thank you, after they've given you the information. Another great source, another great lead source is companies' information on packaging labels. Go into any food store, pick up any product. There's a high probability that on their packaging label, it shows you where that product came from. I mean, specifically, the name of the manufacturer, where they're located. All you have to do is call them, get through to the shipping decision maker and say, hey, I enjoy your puppy products that I purchased at Vons or Ralph's. Those are two grocery stores here in Southern California. So packaging labels on products in any type of store that you go into. Every product, almost every product has a packaging label on it. Another way is when you bring in a new customer, and they fill out that company profile sheet. A lot of them provide you with their company sheet. It's a company sheet. It's more of a credit sheet. They list who their credit references are. When they provide that to you, and again, they don't do this every time, but when they do, that's the first thing you zone in on. What references did they list on there? I mean, it could be references that they buy from, references that they sell to. Either way, those are lead generation sources for you. The last one, good old cold calls, internet searches. Again, these are the things that you have to do. You have to do this when you're just starting off building your foundation. I left that for last, but it is a lead generation source for you. However, I've given you enough ammo here. I've given you enough ammo here to really dig in with these meaty customers here before you even call. But in order to start your process, in order to start building your foundation, you have to make cold calls. It's just that simple. Another great source is thomasnet.com. thomasnet.com. This lists a number of manufacturers. Again, some of these, there's a number, there are other sources like this, but thomasnet.com is a great source for shipping decision makers and generating leads for your business. So those are lead generation sources. It's a generic list, but it's enough to get you going, get up off the ground, start building your foundation, lead after lead after lead. Again, your main goal is to take those leads and put them into your contact list. Lead generation sources, these are where your freight sales prospects initially are located. As you get better at this profession, you're going to find an infinite amount of sources where you can get leads, companies that you can go to just because you did this or you did that. However, you won't find that out until you get into the process. And yes, to start off, we have to make our cold calls. Okay, that's just the way it is. Internet searches are a great way to do that. Let's talk about what you do after you've generated those leads. And basically, I'm going to talk to you about my recipe for success. Now, if you've watched a number of my videos, you're going to see that I go over this time and time again. However, it is my recipe for success. This is what you do after you've generated the lead, and it's basically the sales system that you follow. Again, I've gone over this in many other videos. Feel free to look at my YouTube channel to find out where they are. But this is the true system that gets you going and it keeps you growing. Open up that next attachment titled Recipe for Success. Let me just start out with a fact. Again, that fact is your customers, whoever you bring in and sign up and move their freight with, your customers, those valued customers will eventually leave you, and I guarantee it. Now, based on that, below is a description of how to succeed with the leads that you have and the leads that you're going to generate in the future. Here specifically is your recipe for success again. Here's what you're going to do. Daily, you're going to obtain 3+ emails. You're going to get 3+ emails and phone numbers from the marketplace. Again, 3+. 3 is your minimum. What does that calculate over the course of a week? It calculates to 15+ over the course of a week. What are you going to do with those leads? Well, you're going to take those and you're going to add them to your email contact list. Again, this is a contact list that has 0 when you start. But every day you're going to add 3 minimum every single day. As you add those every single day, those contacts are going to build. Okay, and I'll get into other trainings as far as how you talk to those contacts and your prospects. But here's the simple sales system after you generate your lead. So, what are you going to do after you do that? You're going to communicate with your contact list. Okay, you're going to actually talk to your contact list. You're going to email them weekly. And also call them. Now, my minimum on that, my general rule of thumb is your prospects will get 1 contact a week. They're going to get 1 touch. You're going to touch them either by an email or by a phone call. One of the greatest emails that you can do that with is the weekly email that I send you. Again, I say this specifically when you're a member of our freight sales team. If you're just watching this video out of the blue, you will not receive that email. Why? Because you're not a member of our freight sales team. You only get that when you're a member of our freight sales team. However, you're going to take that email, you're going to configure it to your personality, and you're going to send it out to every single contact you have. That's one form of touching. Another thing you're going to do is you're going to call, as you build up this list, you're going to call a minimum of 10 prospects a day. Who are they? It's up to you. You decide who those prospects are, but you're going to make a minimum of 10 calls. Again, this is for folks that are already on your list. What's going to happen? What's going to happen as you do this? You will have more loads moving. It's that simple. It's that simple. That is the most basic recipe for success that I can give you. Not only that, it works. Take it and apply it. Let's move on to that third attachment and talk about my recipe for failure. Now, again, I condone this. You're my recipe for success. The third attachment is my recipe for failure. I don't condone this, but I'm going to go over it anyway. I have come up with it myself, but trust me, I don't condone it. I condone my recipe for success, but here's what's going to happen if you follow this recipe for failure. Now, I'm going to start again by saying your customers will eventually leave you. And again, I guarantee that. When will they leave you? I don't know. Could be this week, this month, this year, but they will eventually leave you. That's a guarantee. Now, knowing this, here's a description of why you'll fail. Again, why you'll fail if you don't follow my recipe for success and you follow this recipe for failure, okay? So, if you don't obtain new emails, like minimum 3 new emails and phone numbers a day, if you don't obtain those, okay? If you don't bring in new customers regularly, all right? If you don't take, if you don't continually build and add on to your contact list, all right? This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen, specifically what's going to happen. You're going to coast or rest on your laurels, all right? If you only service the current customers that you have, if you believe that those customers will remain loyal, if you don't call anybody on your remaining contact list, or if you don't send out, if you don't even email them, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have fewer no loads moving. You're going to have no growth. You're going to have unpaid bills piling up, and that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen when you follow that recipe for success. It's that simple. So you have a choice. You can follow that recipe for success, follow the recipe for failure. This is my recipe. This is what happens if you don't follow this recipe. It's your choice. You have the choice. You follow which one you have. Again, this is my recipe. I highly recommend that you follow this recipe right here, my recipe for success. So basically, that's lead generation. I've given you some areas to contact or some areas to go to. I've told you how, what you do with those contacts in order to build up your business by following the recipe for success. Now let me just wrap this all up with some sales motivation for you. And so go ahead and open that fourth attachment that I've provided there. That fourth attachment reads, again, this is specifically for contacting, generating leads as you contact your lead sources. Remember, when you call them, this is mental now, the number one word that all humans hear from the time of birth until the time that they become 18 is the word no. Unfortunately, this word is ingrained into our mind. And unfortunately, as you go to pick up this tool here to make contact with the marketplace, that word is ingrained in your mind. Most of us think that, hey, the prospect that I'm talking to is going to naturally say no to me. Well, I'm here to tell you this. That word is ingrained in your mind. It doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen, okay? So just be aware that word is ingrained in here, but it doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. So just one more time to really build this into your mind, the number one word that all humans hear from the time of birth until the time that they're 18 is the word no. Don't let this stop you from picking up this tool and making contact with the marketplace. Let's move on to attachment number 5. Attachment number 5 reads, remember, when you're calling your prospects and customers, don't prejudge, okay? Don't prejudge. When you prejudge, you misjudge. So every time you go into a call, that goes hand in hand with the attachment that I just went over. If you feel that your prospect is about to say no to you, you're prejudging them, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Just go in, all right? You're going to have other trainings with me where I provide you with questions to ask, but don't prejudge. If you prejudge, you're going to misjudge. If you go in there thinking that they're going to say no to you, you're going to act in a certain way. You may start trembling. You may start stuttering. Don't prejudge. In fact, if anything, go in there with the thought process that I am going to do business with this individual. So remember, when you're calling your prospects and customers, don't prejudge. When you prejudge, you misjudge. Let's go ahead and open that next attachment. Moving on with our motivation here for this topic here. And again, these are where your freight sales prospects exist. Remember, when you're calling your prospects and customers, that you require attention first, okay? You require attention first. How do you get that attention? By utilizing this tool right here. After you get attention, and huge amounts of attention, that's when you get the financial rewards. However, remember, when you're calling those prospects and customers, you've got to get the attention first. You've got to build up attention, not only attention, but then you have to provide the service. Only after you do that and you keep following up on your actions, only then do the financial rewards come to you. So remember, you require attention first, then you get the financial rewards. Let's move on. Moving on to that next free attachment that I've provided here on this call. Remember, when you're calling your prospects and customers, that the attention you get is money, okay? The attention that you develop becomes money. Whoever attracts the most of it, whoever attracts the most attention will eventually attract the most money. Not only that, but attracting attention and actually providing the service and earning a profit, that's what's going to attract the most money. So remember that the attention you get is money. Whoever attracts the most of it will attract the most money. That's just how it works. That's just how it works in this or any other sales profession. Let's move on. Move on to, I believe it's our eighth attachment. That reads, remember when you're calling your prospects and customers that the attention that you get is your survival. Attention is survival. If you don't get attention from the marketplace, you're not going to survive. It's that simple. How do you survive? You survive by picking up this instrument here, this tool here. This will become one of your most favorite tools after a while. But attention is survival. If you don't have attention, you will not survive. It's that simple. Let's move on to that 9th attachment, folks. That 9th attachment reads, fear. Again, fear is an indication that you're moving in the right direction. Fear is an indication that you're moving in the right direction. I couldn't put this more simple. If you're fearful, it's because you've overcome what you already know. And by becoming fearful, it's because you're continuing to move forward. Only when we do something that we're not familiar with do we become fearful, okay? It's not fearful when you sit down for breakfast in the morning. Why? Because you've done it already. However, it can be fearful initially, when you pick up this tool and you utilize it. So, fear is an indication that you're moving forward in the right direction. That is a good thing. Being fearful is a good thing. It's because it means that you're moving forward. You're doing something that you haven't done before. You're calling those bigger customers that have the bigger loads, but require more time in building a relationship with them. That's an example of moving forward in fear. Let's move on to that last attachment. Again, that last free attachment that I provided for you on this call today. And that states, remember when you're calling your prospects and customers, to just do it. Just do it. Just get on the phone. Just make contact with the marketplace. Build your contact list. Follow my sample today for where your freight sales prospects are. But in the end, just do it. Just move forward. Keep moving forward, and you'll see yourself climb that ladder of success. Just do it. I know you're familiar with that mantra and that slogan. Great topic today. I can't express how important it is that you take those lead generation sources and start there. In closing my call today, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you want to receive the free email attachments that I send out on this and every call and get on my email contact list? Then go to tedkeysonline.com/contacts and enter your contact details. Another question. Are you ready to join our top producing freight sales team? Then give me a call, Ted Keys, at 626-309-9141. Great topic today. Thank you so much for joining my Tuesday conference call today. I'll see you all again next week at the same time, 2 p.m. Pacific time and 5 p.m. Eastern time on my Tuesday conference call. For now, take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye-bye. You've just taken a tremendous step forward by watching and applying my Tuesday conference call highlight. Do you desire to earn and learn with our top freight team and Christian-based office? Yes? We're searching for a self-starter who's serious, motivated, and ready to take action right now. Is that you? Go to tedkeysonline.com/contacts and enter your contact details. We provide top-notch freight agent sales training to you. Then you deliver those same skills with confidence to the freight industry marketplace. I'll talk to you soon.